you too are going to be thinking, as you and your husband already are, about what do you do? Is it, what are your interests, and what do you want to see that you want to do to make a lasting impact on your community? So that's sort of the philanthropy side of it. On the, really my titles have all changed. Life changes. We're all looking to the what's next in our lives, right? I don't see anybody here who's just giving up on doing. Those of us who are used to doing are just going to kind of always do. So, I am fairly distressed about the state of journalism in Kentucky. I'm more than distressed that my newspaper is no longer alive, and it didn't have to die, in my view. And that newspapers all over the country that are closing, and I don't know how you're looking at that landscape, but most of us think, like Wall Street thinks about the print medium, that it's a mature medium, and therefore, it's going to die away more. I'm not sure I agree that has to be the case, but right now we're closing newspapers faster than we're making them. And I think Northern Kentucky was left with a huge void when the Post went away. Because I think we all need, thank you so much, I think we all need what Marshall McLuhan said was the role of the community newspaper in America. And that is to create the tribal fire around which citizens gather. We get to sing all from the same, we get the news, we're informed, we get to sing from the same hymnal, we know what the issues are, somebody's telling us all the time, what's going on. We're empowered. Knowledge is power, right? I know all of you in the historical society have to believe that. Knowledge is power. It allows us to, again, to take charge of our community as citizens. So, Northern Kentucky is at a disadvantage today because it doesn't have the tribal fire that the Kentucky Post, doing intensely local news in a responsible way. At least I think that happened under my watch. That you felt more empowered. You could go to the newspaper and say, we need to fix this problem, and we were there to help do that. And I think that's what good community newspapers do all the time. So that the Post is not here, it saddens me. And I had spent those wonderful final years of Scripps going around the country giving money away, a lot of it to schools of journalism so we could create better journalists who would do the Lord's work in terms of community service, the community service piece of journalism. And I knew what we funded a lot of what was being called the new media programs, because everybody's sort of has just agreed in the academy that newspapers are going away. There are no jobs there for graduates. Even the best graduates can't get a print newspaper jobs because they're all downsizing, doing more with less. I would say less with a lot less. And so they were talking about the multimedia. You had to be a journalist on a multimedia level. Who was it who was doing the website for them? Thank you for that. It's a whole new world out there, isn't it? These people who are deciding the future of these kids are saying the whole new world is cyberspace, and everything's going to be online. It's just like your e-books now, and libraries having really to deal with what is a critical issue in terms of the cost of e-books and what publishers are doing on the e-book thing, and how to keep them, because most of their users, I'll bet you have ebooks, right? And yeah, and how many of you have a Kindle? I mean, we're all getting with it, aren't we? But whatever we have to do, that's what we do. That's what we have to do. My 5-year-old granddaughter has a Kindle. I don't have a chance. Because I still like these things. It makes me a dinosaur, but I'm getting there. And I'm getting there in a very significant way, which is just another piece of what I wanted to talk to you about. And I assume if I do this, it's going to work. Okay, I saw the sign downstairs that the Wi-Fi wasn't working. I thought, oh no. And why did she say she had? Because apparently they're working. So, my brilliant idea was that I would create a model for online newspapers. And I would build it in Kentucky, show that it could be done, and help other people replicate it when they're interested. It's kyforward.com. It's all Kentucky. And you'll see stuff here you won't see anyplace else because there's no other way for people to get these stories out. It's 2 years old now. We are up to, without anything but social media push marketing, social media, putting it out there, Twittering, that kind of thing that just goes like that, viral, one by one person, one. I'm told that our 6,000, now that KY Forward, 6,000 plus Facebook likes translate into a reach of over 1.5 million people. Now what that means is every one of the people who like us on Facebook shares our message with all of their friends, and their friends do this and their friends do that, the same. You could reach 1.5 million people with 6,000 likes. But that's exponential, I would say, and powerful. This is a powerful, powerful thing. And I suspect most people are hearing about the Historical Society from the website, from your e-newsletter. I got that. It's lovely. Very informative. I could click on and I could go wherever I wanted to go. I think most people are probably hearing about you that way. So your website is critical. So here's the news. This is today's news. The big thing, let me just show you what it looks like. Just a sample, and I'll show you something really special. So these are the stories. We probably posted just on the home page maybe 10 or 15 news stories today. But we have 16 sections. I tell everybody this is like your Sunday paper every day. 16 sections, all online. So you can go from just the summary of the story inside to read more. It's a real variety of stories. We really do focus on good news. I never really liked the term good news and bad news. If it's news, it's just what it is. But there is a way to deliver bad news that's better than some other ways. I think we can all agree on that. And if I have to deliver bad news, I want to do it the right way, the way ethical community newspapers do. But we don't do crime. We don't chase fire trucks. we aren't happy when somebody's home burns down so that we have a, you know, a lead in the evening news. It's kind of a joke around our house, you know, some, if a house doesn't burn down, they don't know what to do with it. They say, there's the news today. Well, there's all kinds of news out there. They just want a certain kind. So, good news. And you can see we've got all kinds of entry points into the inside. But let me show you what this is about. Now, this is all just a couple years old. It has some fab, I can tell you, unashamedly. There's some really fabulous writing here. Really fabulous. Great storytellers. But right here, I love this. This is about 5 months old, and it is a special section devoted to Northern Kentucky. So every day, let's see, today I think we had maybe 8,000 page views or more. This, and again, we're just a baby. We're just building this, and we're just getting the word out. Northern Kentucky News, and you can see this is a photo project done by Northern Kentucky firefighters. Do you aware of that? You don't have a way to get that busy. Except right here. So what do we have? Mr. Board of Health signs on to support smoke-free statewide. Kevin Moore is with the Northern Kentucky Insurance Agency. He writes a really interesting column about insurance. Okay. We're having the same reaction I did when he first approached me about it, when I write about insurance. It sounds like writing about paint drying and about his interest, but he makes it really interesting. Do you know how many thousands of people die every year in golf cart accidents on the golf course? I didn't know, but thousands. Kevin told me about 6 months ago. Controversy about your international baccalaureate program at Holmes High School, which when I was here was a very distinguishing factor for Holmes. How do you feel about it? On the surface of it, I hate to see it. Uptech, you've heard about Uptech, and trying to build up technologies, sort of universe in downtown Covington. It's needed. It's going to create lots of jobs, lots of really good jobs. The folks who were made famous on one of the Food Network shows are bringing their chocolate shop to Covington. And KU volleyball team. Now this is bad news. They lost. Women's sports, health department again. This is not good, that in the last one. They offered us extension agents, Duke Energy, giving to revitalization projects. And then you can go deeper than that, but some really, really good, well-written stories. Now, we're trying to grow this. You can see Mike Farrell. I don't know if any of you really should remember Mike Farrell. He did a lot for this community.